Test. 1, 2, 3. Test. I'm not hearing this in the house either. Test. We must have these muted somewhere. Oh, I bet they're muted. That's why I'm not getting anything. All right, let me... Check. 1, 2. Test. 1, 2. Check. Fluffy, do we have the choir mics muted in a mute group or something? We're trying to make sure it rings. Check. 1, 2, 3. Test. 1, 2. Check. Check. Hello. 1, 2, 3. A, B, C. Red. 1 fish, 2 fish. Red fish, blue fish. Check. Yeah, there we go. Yep, choir 1. And this is one of the choir loft. Yeah, those are all here. Bump into the 12. Check. All right, now. They're all up. That's going to be great now. I told you it's going to come through loud. We got it. Yeah, the DCA went down. I'm going to cut the high mics. That's where we get our feedback.
Good morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning, everyone. I don't know how to whistle. Who knows how to whistle? There you go. Hello, good morning. Hello. Woohoo! Look at that. All right. I'm sure there are some back there who are still chatting, but I think it's quiet enough for you all to hear me. So welcome. If you were here last year, you might remember we did this. So the whole idea is this is the beginning of the new church year. So we are all going to be entering together, starting with the choir. And we have also brought out some of the things we use during service, like the chalice, right? Like the sign that's usually, and hymnal and all of that, people are waving them. So it's sort of like a re-entering or recommitting to our church community and to one another. So we're going to be going in together. So what we're asking is that let the choir go first. They're going to lead us in songs. Well, one song. They're going to lead us in song, and then they're going to start walking in. And then we ask if for anyone who has any kind of mobility issue, we want to give you time to get in. And then we're all are in this together. So after the choir, those folks will go in next. And please, let's not rush. We will all get in there. We have enough seats, okay? So there's no need to rush. And then after that, the folks with the different, there you go, will go in. And Linnea is going to be inside to help you place things where they need to go. And I will be in the rear. I'll be the last one to go in. But as you go in and the choir is singing, sing along. And let's just, in a very as happy a mood as you can muster, sing, and then we get in there and then start our Ingathering and Water Communion service. Welcome to year 2023, 2024. All right, choir, if you would lead us. Amen. Today will be a joyful day, and to rejoice. welcome, welcome. Hi, I think we did it, right? All right. It is so good to be with you this morning as we kick off the new church year. As it is the custom of our faith, in this service we will participate in the water communion ritual. And again, welcome to the First Unitarian Church of Orlando. I am Reverend Margalie Belizaire, the minister of this congregation. I don't need my glasses. The First Unitarian Church of Orlando. We are excited to welcome Holly Neerigan this morning. And if you were here last night, you know it was such a wonderful treat, and we'll get a little bit more of it this morning. So after 50 years of bold work, Holly Neer is still one of the most consistent and well-informed voices for change. Her work is loving, challenging, funny, thought-provoking, and remains rooted in the global community. As an outspoken singer and ambassador for peace, Holly brings a unique integration of world consciousness and self-evaluation, always growing and sharing experience humbly and boldly. Holly, thank you for your voice, for your advocacy, and for your generosity. Also with me in the service today are our music team, who so graciously walked us in. Thank you so much. Aubrey Connelly-Candelario is our music director. Daniella Monzon-Villegas is our accompanist, and our wonderful choir, of course. We also have Judith Stein-Farrall, our Director of Lifespan Religious Education, Enrichment. We have our one new board of trustees will also be part of the service, including Board Director Paul Knight. And we have Daniella, who will today light the chalice for us, and Linnea Nelson, who is our worship associate for today. We greet you this morning online and in person, old friends and new ones, as we explore Unitarian Universalist faith, which draws us into a community of justice-seeking with commitment to lifelong spiritual growth and compassionate service to the community. As a Unitarian Universalist congregation, we are non-creedal. That means we do not subscribe to a specific set of beliefs. We live by a covenant that encourages ethical behavior, affirms democracy, celebrates the worth of each individual, and unites us in a search for truth and meaning. Whether today is your first or your 1000th Sunday in our midst, you are welcome here. Whoever you are, whoever you love, you are welcome here. In this community, your whole self is welcome. We'll welcome your race, national origin, gender, sexual orientation, age, physical or mental abilities, economic status, or religious background. We welcome you. For more information about our congregation and for announcements, please go to orlandouu.org or email us at info@orlandouu.org. We have one special announcement today, and I invite Karen Ramberg to come and tell us all about it.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. I'm here to invite you all to our second annual Harvest Celebration and Variety Show. It's going to be October 7th, and we will be hosting the children from the new Image Center. We may have some guests from the Dreamer School, and we hope as many of our children want to participate as possible. So there's a couple of ways to participate. Calling all kids, K through 12. There will be arts and crafts and games in the morning, and then after lunch we're going to have a variety show. And you can sign up for a 3-minute time slot, and it can be either as a solo or as a group, and Tell us what music you need. We're going to have a DJ there, and they'll supply and have it all lined up for you. Now, for the adults, we have something for you, too. First thing, come to the variety show. Show these kids some love. Let them know how much we appreciate all they are and who they are. We are expecting to be one of the talents will be the step dancers from the New Image Youth Center, who have performed all over the state, and they are just terrific. So I really invite you to do that. And if you'd like to get more involved, we'd love to have you volunteer. And we have all sorts of volunteer opportunities for the adults. Starting 10 o'clock in the morning, you can volunteer to do setup, following up to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so you can help us clean up. But however you want to participate, bring some cookies, bring a side dish, bring a salad. We would love to see you here. Let us celebrate all these children and all the gifts they have to give. Thank you.
I call us now to worship with the words of Reverend Deborah Hafner. A new year for beloved community. Happy New Year. Yes, thank you. Happy New Year for our beloved community. Happy new school year. We gather together at this new year as people of many ages, as people of many sexual orientations and gender identities, as people of many races and ethnicities, as people of many theologies and religious backgrounds, woven together in our love for this community with our hopes and dreams and prayers for this year before us, with our hearts and minds and spirit ready to be touched by the year before us, with our hands and time and talent ready to be offered in the year before us, we gather together at the start of this new year with gratitude and love for those who have come before us and for those who stand here with us. May it be a good year. May it be a sweet year. So come, beloveds, let us worship together. And I invite our board for a little message to you.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you. This is off script, obviously, but it's so heartfelt to see so many wonderful kids here today blowing bubbles, and I'm just jealous I don't have my own bubble gun to be blowing right now. But I've invited our board of trustees that could make it here today to come forward and be recognized. I felt that today would be a great time to thank each of you for all the hard work that we've done so far, and as we mark the start of the new church year. There's plenty for us to be grateful for, and much fun and exciting work for us to do. As we welcome everyone back to service after the summer break, I wanted to say thank you again as we officially kick off this new year. So can we get a quick round of applause for the board? And again, those who are not here today as well. Today we come together for our Water Communion worship service, which is observed by Unitarian congregations around the world. Later during today's service, we will invite you forward with your water, which you have brought from your travels over the summer, some symbolizing a special moment or a memory, some water from near and some water from far. The water today has come from many different sources, and we acknowledge that water ultimately comes from our Mother Earth. We will combine our water collectively in this vessel to symbolizing our coming together as a loving community. Individual drops of water might seem small and insignificant, but when many drops of water come together, they can come together and form a mighty wave. This wave serves as a powerful reminder that when we come together, we can do good things. Water brings us life, and just as water combines and embraces all other water without discrimination, so does our congregation welcome all. Our commitment to inclusivity, our dedication to the shared values of compassion, justice, and love will be symbolized in this vessel, which we will soon fill together as a loving community. Like this bowl of water, your Board of Trustees, with Reverend Margalie, there she is, our wonderful staff, combined with all of our volunteers serving our congregation in so many different ways. It truly takes a village to help run this congregation. We have many, many people that work together, whether it's from our tech team to the green team, the after-service refreshment team, the governance committee, the strategic personnel planning task force, the auction committee, the stewardship committee, nominating committee, the endowment fund, and so many others, the music committee that put together such a wonderful concert last night. We all come together like these small drops of water to help overflow this vessel needed to accomplish our goals and shared ministry. So in conclusion, together we create a wave of activism, a wave of love and service that embodies the principles that define our Unitarian faith. So thank you in advance, Board, to you and all of you for your efforts in the past and all of our efforts to continue forward and continuing to make 1U an exciting time to be here.
The following words by Katie Gelford were especially chosen for our water communion service this morning for lighting our chalice. We light this chalice as a symbol of reunion. We reunite in this sanctuary to share the flow of our hearts with one another. We gather to celebrate our hearts as a joy, to hold each other through storms of grief, to guide each other through rapid waves of transformation, to rest upon the pillars of silliness. Together we honor the spirit of water, its many forms, and its life-giving essence.
So we had a welcoming message for you from our new president, the UA president, Reverend Sophia Betancourt, but it kept freezing, so we're not able to play it for you. However, if you received the UA newsletter, you probably have seen it, but we'll make sure to link it in the weekly update, and Gabby's gonna put it, for those of you who are online, we'll put it in the link so that you can try playing it from home, but it would not play for us here.
We already did the chalice. I think it's time.
So, as Linnea...
You already gave me such a beautiful introduction. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I won't put you through that again. Oh my, how lovely to be here. I was trying to put together a few thoughts about water. We defend the air, the earth, the water, the water, the water. Can we be like drops of water falling on the stone, splashing, breaking, dispersing in air? weaker than the stone by far, but be aware that as time goes by, the rock will wear away, as your board member was saying. Can we be like drops of water falling on the stone, splashing and breaking, dispersing in air, weaker than the stone by far, but be aware that as time goes by, the rock will wear away. Sometimes it takes a rainy day just to let you know that everything's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. We're filling up and spilling over. It's an endless waterfall, filling up and spilling over all, filling up and spilling over. It's an endless waterfall, filling up and spilling over all. This is a Chris Williamson song. Filling up and spilling over. It's an endless waterfall, filling up and spilling over all. Filling up and spilling over. It's an endless waterfall, filling up and spilling over all. We defend the air and the earth and the water. For so long, the water has been a challenge for humans all over the earth. And after the battle over oil, it is going to be water. We got so used to turning on that faucet and letting it run. And I come from California where there's severe drought. We limit the number of showers. We no longer wash our cars. We learn how to do dishes differently. And treasure that time that you get to just jump into a creek or a river if it still has water running. I never used to look and see whether there was enough water in the rivers when I was a child. There was always, and especially after the spring and all the snows melted and down it came through the mountains and it rushed through the rivers and the streams, and the fish were jumping. Now we look and see little dribbles and drops and tiny ponds and wonder whether this is the last time we'll see water in the streams or whether something will change. I'm always a believer that if you wait long enough, something will change. We defend the air, the earth and the water, and sometimes it takes a rainy day. We defend the air, the earth, the water, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We defend the air, the earth, the water, and we are singing, singing for our lives. Sing that verse again and try to let each of those elements really sink into your consciousness. We defend the air, the earth, the water, the water, the water. And we are singing, singing for our lives. We defend the air, the earth, the water. And we are singing, singing for our lives. I was looking at a hymn. Sometimes when we're feeling overwhelmed by our task, now that we've landed on this planet, the only planet we know of that has earth, air, water, the only planet we know of that has life on it like ours. And it's spinning through space at an unimaginable rate of speed, and we get to be here. We get to be here. And sometimes it just seems overwhelming, the responsibility. But it's not really. After us comes the next. After us comes the next. So we do this work without guilt and without shame and without dread, but with joy, because what better life could one have than to work for the earth and air and water? There is a balm in Gilead to make the wounded whole. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the sin-sick soul. Sometimes I feel discouraged, and deep I feel the pain. In prayer, some Holy Spirit revives my soul, and the air and the earth and the water again. Oh, there is a balm in Gilead to make the wounded whole. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the sin-sick soul. And the air and the earth and the water and the water and the water.
What a beautiful gift. Those healing words and music were just so, touched my heart for sure. So thank you. So we have a custom in this congregation of turning to one another and saying hello. But before we do, there's a little bit of a question about when are we supposed to blow the bubbles? The answer is throughout the entire service. So whenever you feel like it, starting now. So please welcome one another. We have many guests here today. Say hello and blow your bubbles.
Water is life. And with so many around the world, even here in Florida, our own backyard, not having access to clean water, lives are in jeopardy. As we participate in our water communion ritual this morning, let us remember that access to water continues to be out of reach for many. The following is a video made for the Right to Clean Water campaign in Florida. And Right to Clean Water Ambassador and UU, Jim DeRoche, provided us with this video and invites us to fight for everyone to have access to clean water.
Florida's iconic bays, estuaries, springs, lakes, rivers, and wetlands have long sustained an abundance and diversity of life, reaching back to our indigenous predecessors. The life-sustaining and natural beauty of these same iconic waters have been responsible for our enviable quality of life and economy. It is also our continued legacy. But today, all these waters are under unprecedented threat as a result of a failed regulatory system which issues permits to pollute to the point of water quality impairment. And according to the state of Florida, over 50% of our water bodies are now impaired or polluted for water quality. And the list is growing as we experience a steady stream of toxic water releases and harmful algae blooms that result in dead zones, wildlife losses, and a growing evidence of even human health impacts. Clearly, the current regulatory system favors the rights of corporations to pollute over those of people to clean water, as well as the right of nature to exist free of pollution. As a result of the current system's failure, many communities are turning to a new approach to protect their water-dependent quality of life and their economies. This new approach establishes the legal right of people to clean water as well as the right of nature to exist and regenerate. Legally recognizing the right of people to clean water as well as the right of nature to exist and evolve is a game changer, leveling the playing field against the legal rights granted to corporations and their ability to pollute. So whether it's looking out onto a pond from a lanai with your morning coffee, enjoying a local spring, fishing, or simply enjoying a sunset walk on the beach, it is time to stand together to protect our enviable quality of life and our responsibility to our children and our grandchildren for 7 generations.
On November 3rd, 2020, an astounding 89% of Orange County voters approved the Right to Clean Water Charter Amendment, making Orange County the largest jurisdiction in the United States and first in Florida to grant legally recognized rights of citizens to clean water and the right of nature itself to exist, flourish, and regenerate. Act to join the growing movement now. Simply download, complete, and return the petition to put rights for clean water on the ballot as a constitutional amendment. You can find everything at www.fl5.org.
Snowflakes falling on the mountain, rain clouds covering the sun, springing from a marble fountain. The waters of the world are one, lakes and rivers filled with living, home to animal and plant, in a silent act of giving, and an earthly covenant.
I was distracted by the bubbles. My daughter can tell you. I think we should have bubbles at every service. Bubbles, guys. All right, so I'm Paul Knight. You guys know I'm the board president of trustees here. We invite you now to practice of generosity. It is one of our spiritual values which sustains the life and ministries of this community. Let us be grateful for the opportunity to give, for it is a privilege to be able to do so. And let us be grateful for our needs, for they give us the opportunity to practice receiving. Today's full collection will go to the ministries of this congregation. Don't forget that you can donate online via the quick response code. You may also support this month's Share the Plate partner, 10,000 Villages. The mission of this organization is to create opportunities for artisans in under-resourced communities to earn income by bringing their products and stories to our markets through long-term fair trade relationships. Please use the link in the newsletter or on the screen to donate directly to them. Also, please let one you know that you have donated to our community partners. Our offering will now be collected. Let us joyfully receive what is offered here today in the spirit of gratitude and fellowship.
Good morning. Bring your joys and your sorrows as we come together. Come as you are. Your whole self is welcome in the sacred space that we are creating together. From 1U this morning. We'll start with Bev Alig had knee surgery, or has knee surgery this Wednesday, and then rehab at Lutheran Towers. Cards and messages are wonderful. And thank you for your love and healing and energies. Craig Allig has a birthday also. I believe it says number 75? I don't believe it. Charlotte Kendall, my favorite person at the front of the room during Time for All Ages, aside from all the kids, of course. She fell last night, hurting her back. She's at home. She needs a meal train, so please sign up. Also, cards and phone calls would be much appreciated. Last night, some of you were here, and Jim and Joan are sending you kudos. And kudos to Aubrey and the team for bringing Holly near to our presence this weekend. Woo! Thank you to the Alliance for sponsoring our space in Gore Hall, and to all who helped us create our 50th anniversary in style, notably Uncommon Catering. That's the name, it's not that it was uncommon. Today's flowers are from Ann Patton and Joy Dickinson in celebration of Joan and Jim Irwin, both celebrating pivotal milestones this month, including their 50 years since they were married, and big birthdays as well. It's hard to find words to express our thanks for all they do for our community. They're right there. From the larger world community, our hearts are with the people of Morocco. There was a magnitude, if you haven't heard, a magnitude 6.8 earthquake that hit Marrakesh and many towns around on Friday night. In the remote mountain areas, entire villages are reported to have been flattened. Morocco has declared 3 days of national mourning for more than 2,000 people killed in Friday's earthquake. We know that wars, fires, floods, and other devastations continue to impact the lives of many around the globe. Let us remember our connection to all living creatures and send them loving kindness. May all be at ease. And for all the joys and sorrows of this community shared, and for those held close to our hearts, let's pray, let's celebrate, and let's send each other healing energy.
Water is more than simply a metaphor. It is elemental and primary, calling forth feelings of awe and reverence, acknowledging that the ocean is considered by many to be the place from which all life on our planet came. It is the womb of life, and that amniotic waters surround each of us prenatally. We now realize that this worship service was for us a new story of creation. We choose water as our symbol of empowerment. So said Carolyn McDade and Lucille Shuck, the two Unitarian Universalist women who created the water communion service. This has become such an integral part of our denomination. It has become a custom to, at this time of year, to gather together in this way to start the new church year. In this service, we bring water from a place that ideally has some special significance to us and use whatever water that is available to represent such a place. We then combine our waters together. This communion is symbolic of our shared faith coming from many different sources and represent our commitment to continue seeking for truth and meaning and community. It also speaks to our connectedness to one another, to the totality of life, and to our place on this planet. So as we start our communing of water, I will start by pouring in the bowl that's on the table there, water that goes back 30 years from this congregation. You will then come up and add your water as you are willing and able to add to this water. Once we have all added water, we will then boil this water, then pour some again to save, and we will continue to do this for as long as we can for future generations to have. And during baby dedication rituals, we will use some of that water to bless children of this congregation. Before we do that, though, I invite us into guided meditation. It's one that was written by Reverend Allison Palm that has been modified to better suit our needs here. So sit as comfortably as you can and make the beautiful sounds and chatters of the children. Make that part of your meditation. So imagine it is the first time you came into this church. Perhaps it actually is your first time here today, or perhaps your first visit was many, many years ago. But for this moment, imagine you are walking into this place for the first time. What do you see as you approach the building? Who greets you as you walk through the door? How are you welcomed into this space? Imagine you are welcome in just the way you like. What does that welcome look like? Are you welcome with open minds, with acceptance, curiosity, wondering? Are you welcome with loving hearts, with kindness and caring? Are you welcome with helping hands, with help to navigate this space? How do you like to be welcome? In a moment, we will gather our water. As you contribute water, you are welcome into this community. Just imagine that's a way of welcoming, of you feeling welcome and welcoming others into this community. And I also invite you to consider, how will you be welcoming this year? Will you welcome others with an open mind? Will you welcome others with a loving heart? Will you welcome others with helping hands? Now bring your awareness back to this place and this time, and if your eyes were closed, open them and take a moment to re-enter this space. Now, I know a part of the ceremony that many miss is that you get to actually say out loud where your water, what your water signifies to you. So if you would turn, we want to give you that opportunity now, if you would turn to your neighbor, whether you have water in hand or not, and just share the meaning of the water you either brought or would have brought this morning with you. Where does it come from, maybe? Why is it important to you? How do you hope to be welcoming this year? So take about a minute to share with someone. And in between, I will ring the bell so that the other persons get to share as well. What is the significance of the water that you will share today in this bowl? So take a moment and do that.
Share water, but I need to talk to Judith.
If the other person didn't get a chance to share, do share now. So, let us begin. I invite you to come forward with your water or use water from the pitchers we have on the table. Everyone is welcome, whether it's your first time or 100th time here. Everyone is welcome to participate in this ritual. I will first pour the water from the jar, and then we'll start pouring the rest of the water. We'll stand on either side of the table to assist those who need help. So. And Linnea and Judith will now pour some water for those of you who are watching us online. And now let us bless this water from all of us with this blessing from Reverend Renoir Hamony. And I invite you to hold a hand or two towards the water as we bless it together. This water is sacred. It is made by the many hands that have poured it with intention and love, the many stories that each drop contains, the many lives surrounding it, and this unique moment, connected by commitment and faith. This water is sacred. May it continue to flow through this community with shining reflections of the unique gifts that flow through each of its members. This water is sacred. May it continue to nurture this community with sustaining hope that we journey together through ripples of growth and change. This water is sacred. May it continue to bless this community with loving reminders of our collective responsibility to one another and the world. May its ripples be a reminder that the changes and growth within this community bring movement and transformation to the world beyond our doors. This water is sacred, and may it purify and offer us grace in this community and the willingness to forgive ourselves and one another when we make mistakes, because we will. In moments when we are confused or uncertain, may it bring us clarity and commitment. In moments when the reservoirs of hearts and spirits are drained by sorrow or pain, may it nourish them with the knowledge that we are surrounded by a deep and abundant love. This water is sacred. Now please rise and body your spirit and join me in singing a closing hymn, number 100, Peace Like a River. Words will be on the screen. We are just getting started, beloveds. May we be faithful in our commitments to one another, to our values, and to justice in the world. Go in peace. Worship has ended, and now the service truly begins. In our call to action today, I'm calling up Shanna Thomas with the Green Team to tell us what our call to action is.
Florida's waters are in decline after decades of neglect and harm. Water is life. Florida needs the right to clean and healthy waters in its Constitution. Many of you have already signed a petition for this amendment. Over 1 million petitions are needed for the amendment to be placed on the November 2024 ballot. Today, I am urging you to take an envelope with blank petitions at the Justice Hall at the Justice Table in Gore Hall and ask the registered voters in your circles to sign a petition. I hope to see you in Gore Hall. Onward.
We missed that. We missed that, sorry. You want to come out and put it out? Please say these words with me as we extinguish this flame. We extinguish the flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Now,